Hey yo, how's life? It's Busy Bee from Busy Business. Welcome back to another channel video. Sorry, I'm kind of dazed though. So obviously you can see I'm kind of wearing the same thing as the last video. That's because this is being recorded on the same exact day. It's being posted later. I'm probably gonna start doing that now since I have like less time. It's just easier to do them out in batch or whatnot. But today's video is actually going to be a little bit fun. I was like thinking about what to do because I figured I can't really start doing like the videos about like the RA training until I actually go through it and stuff, and even with like the college like classes and whatnot. I'm probably going to go after like through a little bit later, but I really wanted to do something fun and I wasn't really sure how to do that. So I still wanted to do something with the RA theme. So today I will be going on my favorite app, Reddit. I mean, it's not my favorite app, but I like reading stuff through there. I usually go there and read like about like nursing, public health, college, anything, just to keep me like a little humbled and a little smart. I don't know. But I will be looking at some stuff that they say in Reddit about being an RA and just some cool stories. I'm just gonna like read them out loud and like kind of give my input on it and whatnot. Obviously, for confidentiality reasons, like I'm not gonna be saying the names, and like I don't even think I'm gonna show like the thing because I don't want like anyone to be embarrassed or stuff like that. So I'm just gonna like read them. Also, if you posted like anything on here, like you should know, like I've seen so many YouTubers do that, like reading it. So like yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. The first one I'm going to go into, I think I should do it probably by section and stuff, like, because I don't want to do like one Reddit like thing, like just RAs, like maybe like different stuff, like new RAs, like horror stories and stuff. Maybe I could do like new RA, like Knox questions. That looks cool. That'd be kind of nice to read. Okay, so here's one. Here's the first Reddit post and stuff. I'm just gonna read it. Hi y'all, this is a throwaway account. Just wanted to keep things a little bit more private for my main. In some sense, I wish this subreddit had more traffic. It's just about that. I'm gonna skip that just for fun. Okay, I'm gonna be a new RA this year, not for first year students though. Those around me consider me exceptionally responsible and perhaps a little bit uptight. I want to make sure I'm abiding by all the res life rules, but I'm weary that at my school, quite a liberal university, there will be some troublemakers, quote unquote. A lot of students smoke weed, and I obviously will not allow that to happen. In some sense, my school is one of those well-known party schools. Ooh, I get that. So my questions and concerns intuitively are: one, how can I go about handling impending policy violations with residents? I know the procedural concepts, but I don't want to have the residents to have a dislike for me simply because I'm doing my job and they're on the wrong end of things by breaking policy. Or phrased slightly differently, I'm most concerned that my requirement to document policy violations will lead to the residents having a negative opinion of me, thus review me poorly at the end of the year. RA online reviews. Thank you in advance. I will say this one kind of hits close to home because like I'm like kind of the same way. Like if any of like my coworkers or anyone who knows me personally is watching this, I'm like someone who's like very, I won't say quiet, but I'm a very kind person. Like I always try to go on my way to be like compassionate, empathetic, and like really understand what people are going through. And like I wouldn't even say give them a second chance. Like just try to like, I wouldn't even say give them the benefit of the doubt, but possibly that. So like I understand that. First off, with the whole like smoking and party school, I understand that and stuff. Even like on my campus and stuff, like we have a pretty like good campus like when it comes to like stuff like that and like dealing with that. But again, I totally understand like whether it's even weed or something else, of course residents are going to try to like sneak that stuff in and stuff. But in terms of like your question, the first one, like how to handle like violations and stuff, I always like what we were taught. Like I was obviously, as you know, last year I wasn't in training, but I had this problem before, And with my supervisors, one of the best things I said is just always document it and stuff. That's the only thing you could do, which is part of like procedure pretty much. You have to be ready to like document those issues and stuff, because if it's a breach in like policy and stuff, you have to write that up. It's breach in conduct. Like, I understand, of course, like not wanting your residents to like dislike you or hate you, but you have to understand also too that as a resident assistant, you're not going to be liked by every resident. Of course, you want to like build a community and like want to like make sure that like you're someone that definitely your residents can like go to for like problems, and that there's someone that they can trust. Of course, that's where that like kind of like friendly kind of aspect comes in. But like in terms of like disliking you, it's just something that's like always, it's most likely gonna happen and stuff, just because you're not just like someone who's like shaping a community. You're also like, you're kind of like that, like, I wouldn't even say like police, but like you're the one, you kind of enforce the rules. Like you're kind of there like as a representative in a way on behalf of your university and stuff. So it's one of your responsibilities to like, if someone is breaking a rule or breaking policy, it is in your job description. You have to document that. And I will also say that too, like I get like, you know, they're not gonna like you, but like if you're like someone who's like super nice and stuff, like residents will see that. And you could be put in a position and stuff where some of them might even try to use that against you. Like they might be like, oh, like they didn't like write me up for this, so like, you know, it's really not my, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to like do that. You want to like obviously make sure that you're professional and you're respectful and, you know, you're empathetic in a sense to like their needs. But like at the same time, you want to make sure that like right off the bat you're firm and you like let them know that like if you break a policy, I will document it. It is my job, is my responsibility as an RA and as someone who is like responsible for you on this floor in this resident hall. So you can't, you know, you gotta kind of like put your foot down sometimes. And that's like always with me, like why I try to like, I obviously be nice, be kind to them, but like I always like kind of put a barrier between me and my residents and stuff, just because like I don't want to be there and like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be in a situation where they think they could get away with anything because, you know, we're friendly, or because, you know, that's why it's like have a balance, be balanced and stuff. You don't have to be like super strict all the time, and you don't have to be like rude all the time, or like you should never be rude. You shouldn't be rude at all. You should be firm and stuff, but you should never be rude. You should always be professional and stuff. But it's all about finding that balance, and I get that, like, because you're new. And also it will really help, like, if you don't feel comfortable doing something on your own, we're always like taught, like, go with like another RA, even like, especially if it's like something like you're on duty or something like that. If you even like call someone, like maybe ask like they're free or something, even if you want to like, I wouldn't say call your supervisor, there's only certain situations you should do that, but like if like, you know, at like your school and stuff you're able to do that or something, like, you know. And it depends also on your school and what they teach you to do. This is what we were taught, or I was told to do as, you know, an RA for my university. It varies like in different universities and like the severity of like certain policies and stuff. So definitely go with like your supervisors and like professional staff to like kind of like, you know, gain a sense of what you're supposed to do. And like I said, like residents, there's going to be people who don't like you. There's going to be people who like you and stuff. Like even with me, like I'm an RA, I'm sure there's many people who like have issues with the way I deal with things, but like I always, like, even from like the first floor meeting I had with them, I let them know like what I would be doing, what my job is. I made things very clear, and I made them understand that there are consequences for their actions. So if they do something, I'm going to be there to write it up. And it's nothing personal. It's never anything personal. It's always professional. I have a job and I have to do it the best way. I have to do it the best way I can. So yeah. Now I'm gonna go on to another one, but that was a good one. I like, even for me, that was something I definitely struggled with. All right, here's the next one. Hey guys, I'm going into my junior year of college, and this will be my first year being an RA. I'm super duper excited, but I'm honestly a bit nervous about training. I just received an email basically breaking down how things will go. I have already watched a ton of YouTube videos of people's training but are still confused on one thing, hope you watch my video. Ow, I just scratched myself. My university is huge. There's over 30,000 students enrolled, gosh, and a decent amount of those students live on campus. I think there may be about 50 to 60 RAs on the campus or in your residence hall, probably like on campus. That would make a little bit more sense. Both new and returning. Is RA training typically done in a huge group setting, or is training typically with the RAs and other staff that will be in your hall? And there's some activities where you'll be with the other RA staff and from other dorms. I'm a pretty outgoing person, but I wouldn't mind being with 50 plus other people every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But it just sounds like it would be hectic. Thanks so much. Like I said, I haven't been in training. I don't know. But based off of what I was told by some of my coworkers and stuff who are like returning members, the way it's structured for us is, I believe, and don't quote me on this, I could be wrong, but I believe for our campus, it's like divided, like certain like residence halls, I think, are together, divided by certain areas. If that makes any sense. Like you said, like the person said on this, like their campus was like huge. So like it would make sense if it was like divided. But yeah, that again, like this type of question is like, you'd have to ask, like it's different from everyone. It's not even the same. And I'm even going through the comments and stuff, and like some are saying like it's a hybrid, like sometimes it's with others, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's like, you know, just with people there and whatnot. But like, you know, I would definitely say no matter what, try to like, you know, get to know all whoever's there at your training. Try to get to know them, kind of network your way and stuff. Because trust me, some of these people, like of course, like maybe your coworkers working in that residence hall, but like the thing about being an RA is you don't stay in the same place forever. Like each year you should like expect to be in another residence hall with like a totally different team or even similar team and stuff. But like it switches back and forth. Like I've been in the same residence hall for like a while, but I know many people who are like in one and then they went over to another based off of like staff issues, like numbers aren't like high enough in certain buildings and stuff. So I definitely say it's smart to like get to know everyone there, so that you know, just in case, like even if you're not working with them that year, you might be working with them another time, and it's great to like get on like kind of the same page and just kind of get to know everyone and stuff. And you never know what can happen again. Like they could like suddenly move into like your residence hall if like, you know, demand requires it. So that's something you always want to consider. Let's see. No, this is actually some good stuff. Oh, here's one. How do I expedite coming off the standby list, and is there any chance I'll be called for the summer's training before the end of the fall semester? That's a good question. So if any of you don't know what they're talking about, so during the RA like application process, when you're actually applying to be a resident assistant, for us what they taught us is like there's like 3 groups of people. You'll find out what group you're in, I believe, in like I want to say like when they're like telling you what the decision is. I don't know, I think it's like that. But usually there are going to be people who get in and they're going to be an RA the next year. There are people who don't get in at all and then they have to apply the next year. Or there are a special group of people who are there and they don't get the position, but they're still like, not because they're like a bad applicant per se, but it's like kind of like, how do I explain this? It's kind of like you're there and like you didn't get chosen, but like you're on a wait list. That's the perfect way to explain it. Like you're on a wait list, and basically it means like if there's like, say like an opportunity where someone like they need more people, like you will be called off of that wait list and you could be given the job. And if you're not given a job like even throughout that year, you still have the chance to apply. So it's not like you can't like apply while you're on the wait list. So what they're basically asking is like, is there a chance like they'll come off, or like how to come off? You really can't decide that. It really depends on like staff and like demand, like if they're going to need more RAs and stuff. That's the time they usually like call you out. You can't really get off. The only way you can get off is if you decide like, oh, I don't want to be on it anymore, I'm giving it up entirely. In that case, that would mean like you drop off the wait list, you wouldn't get the job, and you would just have to like apply the next year and stuff. And yeah, you wouldn't be called in at all. I wouldn't say do that. I would say like if you're in the wait list, I just say wait, because you never know what's gonna happen and stuff. there could be a chance that they could be called in during summer training. It all depends like on circumstances. That's kind of like I said before, like it depends on your university and like what happens. You could not be, but I would say expect the unexpected, if that makes any sense. Like, just be ready for anything to happen, because you never know what's gonna happen. All right, the next one is probably gonna be the last one because we're running out of time. Ooh, here's an. No, that's a response. Hold on. I gotta find another one. Hold on, let me find something. I hope I find something quickly. Alright, here's one. This is actually one, this isn't really about being a new RA. I guess this is like the application process, which I guess I could go into. We have some time. So hello, for context, I'm applying for RHD jobs, and one for a good university responded to me really quickly. Earlier they offered me a chance to interview. However, I just got an email from them saying that the director of residential life wants to meet me after my first interview to chat. She called it an informal meeting. It's a good sign. I feel like I might be grilled. Wasn't expecting it to happen so soon or meet them. I thought after second, third interview, I'm a little nervous and don't know what to expect. That I wouldn't actually know. I don't think I ever, like, for my interview, like, we're usually like interviewed by like current RAs, even like some of like the professional staff and stuff. I could have been, there could be chances you could be interviewed by the director of Red's Life, but again, that's kind of like a thing, like, depending on your university and stuff. But if it's like something where it's like after your first interview just to chat and stuff and it's informal, it could be a number of things. It could be even like clarification on something. It could even be like an opportunity. Like sometimes, like me, I was like hired the semester before I was like officially supposed to start and stuff. So I was hired in the spring semester of my freshman year and stuff. So it could be something like that if they're like interested. Obviously, this was posted a month ago. I don't know if they're like watching this, if, you know, they're probably not. But like, I hope that you got the job and stuff. I hope the interview wasn't too bad. It might not be. I don't think they grill you and stuff, honestly. If it's informal, like, I don't think they're gonna, like, grill you about anything serious. But anyway, that is the end of today's video. This was actually fun. I really want to do this more. Some of the stuff that they had here was so interesting. If you like this, please like and comment down below. If you have any actual questions and stuff, too, that you want me to answer, please let me answer them, because that would, you know, be great, and I don't mind sharing my expertise with everyone. I hope you guys have a great day and a great life. Stay fun, stay cool, stay yummy, and stay safe, and stay sweet like honey. And I hope to see you guys in my next video very shortly. Bye!